Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B.
Hey, what about the paycheck?
Okay, so let's talk about this past weekend. Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. I thought it was a good fight. I
New
mean, I
versus old. New versus old.
yeah, and I kind of saw it as like passing the torch on to the young up and coming kind of guy.
Well, yeah, at the WBO, you never know. That's the way I see it.
Well, I thought, it was kind of expected. Jamel Herring was a huge underdog despite him being the champion and having the belt. And Shakur Stevenson was favored for a reason.
He's good. That kid is good. I'll give him credit. He's fast. He moves good. He knows he hits hard.
Yeah.
It's all around package. So all those beware. This kid's for real.
So I think it was a good fight, but at the same time with the whole, I don't know, with the stoppage and all of that, that's why I keep saying I just felt like it was passing the torch. It was
I think it was just like old versus new. That's it. All the great boxers are coming to an end. All of them are. I have to admit, Pacquiao.
we saw him
all of them are
retire.
coming. But that's what boxing is. There's always a new lion coming.
Well, it's like you said, that group is kind of getting older, and then in all professional sports, you kind of see that reign end. And it doesn't even have to be like a winning streak or anything like that. It's
No,
like
well, look at the last
seeing
guy who has
these
a belt.
fighters.
Has a belt that's or like an old fighter now is Triple G. You haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I feel like his reign kind of went quick though because he came into the popular limelight pretty late, I would say.
He came late, but he came beating up everybody. He was knocking out everybody, and everybody was avoiding him. Even the Gran Canelo avoided him. He goes, "Oh, here's this belt. I'm not going to fight you no more." He had to wait a couple more years.
Yeah.
So Canelo, I have the hell with him.
That's his point of view.
Yes.
He's never said that, but you gave him credit. Last time you gave him credit. You said that.
Well, credit is due that there. But his opponent said, like to me, his only opponent that was up there was Mayweather that schooled him, and Golovkin. That's it. Everybody else, I have no idea who they are. There's some European fighters.
Yeah.
Even his boy Benavidez is calling him out. And do you hear anything? No.
You know what? I'm actually going to step out right here and give A-Rod without the paycheck his corner.
Boxing.
You got hit.
Well, come to think of it, Canelo fought Triple G when Triple G was getting older. And then to me personally, the first fight, Triple G took it. The second fight should have been a draw, but they gave it to Canelo. I have no idea why, but they gave it to him. But he's going to make history soon at a 168 pound. He's going to be the first undisputed champion, which I believe could happen against Caleb Plant. But after that, I want to see Canelo fight the American or the Mexican fighters. Nobody from England we have no idea who they are. Eddie Hearn, get him some good fighters from here. You put Chocolatito with Estrada and all those other guys. Put Canelo with somebody. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so now that we're back from his corner, the weekend before, we actually saw Mikey Garcia step into the ring against, what was his name? Sandor Martin. He's from
Spain.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, Spain. Sorry. From Spain. And that's what we were talking about before is that there's not really any big champions from Spain. And that's something that he had mentioned too, that he was kind of like the underdog coming in. He had nothing to lose. All he was doing was putting his name on the map and the fact that there was no belts on the line, he still said, if I win this or when I win this, it's going to be a big deal for Spain.
But you guys forget one thing. He was a European champion. So he was no duck. And I'll give Mikey that. He chose a guy that knew how to fight.
Yeah.
Do
you think Mikey overlooked him?
I think Mikey overlooked because to me, Mikey did not look like he was in shape.
Well, you know what? I had listened to, Robert Garcia Unfiltered. If you guys don't watch that, you guys should definitely head over to his YouTube channel. I love listening to Robert Garcia talk. But he was saying something like, Bam Rodriguez was on the undercard, which is Joshua Franco's brother. And he was going to have an opportunity to fight for a title. And so Mikey had told his brother, I'm not really feeling this fight. I'm just going to, pull out of the fight. Like, whatever. Just, he wasn't feeling it. But he said, I'll take the fight because Eddie Hearn was able to schedule the champion to come and, put his title up against Bam, which would give Bam a huge opportunity. So he took the fight for that reason, just continuing it. And then it turned out that I don't know what really happened, but Bam ended up not fighting for a world title. They had to get a different opponent for him. So it was kind of like a lost cause. Like, Mikey didn't really want to fight. oh, I'll just fight to give this, this other fighter an
It was
opportunity.
a weird fight. I've never seen a fight at a baseball stadium.
Yeah, that was
kind of weird.
The way they promoted it too was kind of off.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't care. It looked like Mikey didn't come in shape. To me, it did not look like it. Because, they brought him with farm workers and stuff on a tractor.
I don't know. I
it.
respected that.
Yeah, but you see, because he was doing a point. But to me, it was more not.
Oh, like maybe his mind was focused outside.
It was like a political thing. It was not really a fight. He thought, okay, I'm going to take this guy. He's going to be a duck. I'm going to knock him out and get it over with. But this guy came to fight. He came to fight. He showed him up and came to fight. Like
the other guy didn't have the power to do much against Mikey, but he just did enough.
He did good. He hit.
I give him props, but with the whole political statement, like you're saying, I could see how that kind of plays a role.
Because they were talking about a waterworks, feeding the farmers, how, farmers, it was more like a political statement for that.
I appreciate that. Like you said, I appreciate that Mikey even entered with all the farm workers behind him, like entering on a tractor or whatever. And all that whole thing was just a plus. It was a positive. It was something that needs light to it. But at the same time, on the other end, it's one of those things where it's like, you have to focus on the fight, and every fight is its own thing. It can't be overlooked.
He did something really wrong. He lost a fight to a nobody. He had one loss. So when you look at that one loss, everybody knows who he lost to.
Errol Spence.
Errol Spence. And everybody was giving Mikey credit that he took the fight to Errol Spence. A guy that seems to be unbeatable.
Yeah.
And he took him and he fought him and, he took him 12 rounds. Now, fight number 2 loss. Who's this? What the hell happened? Why did they beat him? Come on, who is this? It's going to look worse if this guy takes a fight with another opponent that Mikey beat and this other opponent finishes this guy off.
Yeah, I mean,
Something
I would
to think about. I like Mikey, but I think
obviously, I think Mikey would, if he could go back, maybe he would, have trained a little bit different and took this fight more serious.
Because I think he looked a little bit overweight to me.
But it's like what I said. He had said he was not really feeling this fight. He didn't want it.
This is his legacy, his saga. It's not going to change no more. It's going to be blemished on his record.
Yeah.
You want to be, he almost undefeated fighter. One loss to a great fighter doesn't mean anything. You bounce back. Another loss to somebody we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. Maybe to him that record is not something crazy for him. Like I know he's all about the community and helping out and stuff.
He's from a big fighting family. All right.
Look, everyone has their opinions. I'm just saying that I think Mikey, whatever his mindset is.
I saw his brother fight in the ring when he fought Corrales.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw his dad training him. I seen his dad train another good fighter named Fernando Vargas out of La Colonia. Come on.
Well, yeah. Hearing him from his point of view, speaking on just the boxing half, not thinking about anything outside of the ring. Yes, it does look bad. But if you start to think outside of the ring and see what went on or whatever, I don't know, maybe it could be justified. But long story short, blemished record, yes. You forgive the Errol Spence one because you see it as a great, but then this one is like, whatever.
What happened? Well,
but
that's
on
boxing.
the undercard too, credit to Bam Rodriguez, went in there and gave a
He came
performance.
in to fight. He came to show the world what he could do.
He has been coming in and giving us these exciting fights. He has been coming in, giving some top performances. Every time we see him in the ring, he's explosive. Robert Garcia, every time he mentions him, he says, this is the future right here. Well,
he is the future.
And like we told Joshua Franco, you're a champion now, your brother's next. When you see him and you see his fight style and everything, you see it. You see that title is in his future. Yep. All he has to do is be patient and stay, consistent, work hard. Your time will come. For sure.
He's gonna
seeing your performances, seeing even like your fight style, it'll attract attention. It'll attract a crowd. One thing I think is funny to mention is like the two brothers. Wow, you guys fight alike. That guard, I noticed, the guard stays tight. You throw one and you're back up. You're tight. You keep that guard tight, and that's key.
It's that look like they have, like they're innocent, like they're not going to be able to. And when they jump into that ring, look out.
You see the determination.
The lion comes out of them, and here we come out. We'll come here to dominate the world.
Yeah, but that's all we're going to cover this time. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in next time.
Lights out.